Hi, YouTube. Happy Saturday, good people. I hope wherever you are relaxed, you're taking care of yourself and enjoying your day as much as you possibly can. And just doing it, the housework, if you have housework you got to do, just taking a little bit of time, but also relaxing and enjoying your day. Either way, I hope all is well with you. Oh, and by the way, if you hear me, with hoarseness, that's because I got an allergy cold. I got allergies and my cold is here. So minor cold and stuff, but it's let me know my body lets me know when the changes of seasons is coming, and I hear it very well. So I'm trying to take teas and I'm trying to take my vitamins and stuff and take care of myself. But I'm definitely going to take care of things in my household as well. So I'm doing good. I'm feeling good at spirits. But I wanted to stop by and talk to you about something really quickly. I'm talking about in this particular video how disrespectful our children are. And I think that we have some good kids out there. Don't get me wrong. I think that some of them kids, we got some great kids out here, but we do have some that's incredibly manipulative and addictive. Okay. And so I am going to tell you what took place, right? And so, what led this conversation for me to talk about this as a caretaker of kids as well. And so, what ends up happening was on Thursday, I decided to use the restroom. I went in there and used the restroom at this, used one of the stalls in the restroom, and my cell phone went off, right? As my cell phone went off, there was a couple of kids that came in, about three, sound like three little, middle schoolers that came in, and they were laughing and stuff and just having a good old time like typical kids do, right? But my phone kept going off, and one of the kids said, "Bitch, turn your phone off." Okay. And they repeated it a second time, "Bitch, turn your phone off." Okay. So I came out of the stall, took care of my business, and came out of the stall. Of course, I was disappointed and angry, but I had to change it over into the authoritarian role, meaning deal with it in a different way, right? Meaning a healthier way, right? And so I turned around to the young ladies because they were still in the bathroom, they kiki and all this old stuff. And I said, "Who said that?" I said, "Which one of you said that?" I didn't say it. I said, "Which one of you just got through saying what I just heard?" And so they playing crazy, all, playing like they ain't said nothing. I just said, "You know what?" I said, "I want all of you to know that it was so incredibly disrespectful." I said that you don't use language like that. I said, "First of all, you don't know me. You don't know me. I've never done anything to you. You're not even on. I don't caretake for you. you're not nowhere near where I would even have a chance with you to meet." I said, "It's disrespectful and rude, and I don't like it." So I went out of the bathroom, washed my hands, and went out of the bathroom and, did what I was supposed to do. And so what ends up happening was they decided to call the police. How I know about this is how the situation took place. I was at a location way out, further out from the city that I was at. And we were at an event, right? I decided to come on in because the person that the director came and talked to me and stuff like that, told me what I needed to do and all that good old stuff at this particular event. So I said, "Okay, cool, fine, no problem." So I went and sat and had my lunch, right? And as soon as everybody is, just leave and go, to their chairs or whatever, his behavior changed, right? And so I said, "Uh-oh." I said, Something's not right." The energy is telling me something right. I'm one person that I pay attention to certain things. You know what I'm saying? It's good. It's good. But I said, "Okay." I said, "I'm not going to pay attention to that." His whole demeanor had changed just like that. And he said, "Well, you don't have to be here," as if he wanted me out, right? And I said, "Okay." I say, "All right." And he said, "They're going to be on that last thing." So he was, as if it was a hurry, right? As I come out going to get my stuff, I noticed it was police on the left side of the street. I noticed it was a cop car, and they kept looking at me. I said, "Okay, I'm not going to pay attention to that second sign, right?" I said, "I ain't going to pay attention to that, right?" I said, "Okay, cool." I went to my location where I was supposed to be. I got pulled up, and as I was approaching, to pull up. There was a cop watching me as I was pulling up, to pick up, right? And so I was looking at this situation. I was like, wow. I said, he kept on looking back at me, looking back at me as if something was wrong. Now, all of the time, this is always nonverbal. It's always nonverbal with me. Never, this is what we see, this is what's going on. None of that, right? And so I thought to myself, them little girls went and called the police because they could not get their way. That's exactly what happened. And I was like, this is really something, talking about the vindictive nature of these children that feel that they can put you on the internet. They got a lot of too much power than what they should have. For kids, they put that out there, false reports about what you might be doing to them, and that's not true. And nobody is talking to the other adult about what's going on. The children's information is face value. I think that is poor judgment as an adult. Believe the children, yes, if that's what you feel to be, but I would investigate it further, because a lot of them be lying. Not all of them, but a lot of them, if they cannot get their way, they will pull the starts. And to me, what I've noticed is a lot of them are becoming, they brats. You can't tell them nothing. You can't tell them to sit down, please be quiet. Please keep your hands to yourself without any "I'm gonna make you pay" attitude, or "you ain't gonna talk to me that type of way." And acting like you beneath them and you shouldn't say anything to them. First of all, when I communicate with a kid, I am never disrespectful to a child. I will verbalize the truth as far as I'm concerned. And if they say, "Miss Abraham, that bothered me," or something you said bothered me, I will correct it and say, "I apologize." But your kids, these parents and your children, you're gonna have to find a way to communicate with them that everybody's not gonna allow them to have their way. There are gonna be rules that you're gonna have to follow in life. And I don't care how much money that you have, all of us have to follow some rules. All of us have to cooperate with the systems that we're in, whether we like it or not. And that's just the way life goes, because your child is not going to have their way all the time. But I was just so amazed about this. So since it was nonverbal, I didn't, the cop never came to me and told me anything, or, for me to put me on the defense and say, like, okay, I need to, take care of this to cover my behind. Never like that. So what made me think this happened even further evidence was the fact that I was at the, sorry about that, my allergies, guys. I was at the Walmart. I was at the Walmart at my location where I live, right? And so what ends up happening was I come into the store. Now I normally get my items and I purchase to do all of my shopping at this particular location. Honey, I walked up in there, honey. There was people laughing at me and they looked and they looking at their phone, laughing and looking at their phone and laughing and looking at their phone, and they looking at me. And so I called one out because I was feeling uncomfortable. I'm like, why do I have to live in your disrespect and you're not telling me what it is? That's the problem. Why are you going to make me, you're not going to make me uncomfortable with your disrespect. So I called it out. I said to the gentleman, I wasn't combative, but I would say it in a joking way. I said, what's going on? I said, if you're going to talk about me, I said, why don't you show me what you're looking at and then pointing at and laughing at me and giving me eye contact that it is about me. Why don't you tell me what it is? I said, because there ain't nothing but a bunch of lies about Lori Abraham. Why don't you tell me what it is so that I can understand what I need to do? I said, what is it? What is it that you're laughing at? And so he looked at me and I looked back at him. I said, you pointing and poking and looking and like, you trying to get my attention with your nonverbal passive aggressive way. I'm direct. Tell me what it is. Show me the way. So he didn't say nothing. He said, what, pretend like he didn't know what was going on. And I'm calling it out. See, I believe I stand on my stuff. Good, bad, or indifferent, I stand on my stuff. I ain't no punk. I ain't no coward about things. I'm not overly aggressive, but I sure will. I will say what it is that needs to be said, and I will confront that, because why should I have to be, treated like a criminal when I know I'm not? Why should I have to be bothered with your what you call it, the YouTube police, or the internet police wanting to victimize somebody that ain't no problem? You are the bully. You're the bigot. Because who would call the police and they just told the child what was appropriate behavior? My thing is this, and let's get this straight. I am not a disciplinary of your children. I am a corrector of children's behavior. I'm not responsible for passing out punishments with your children. I am responsible saying, you know what, that's inappropriate. Can you sit down? Can you please keep your hands to yourself? And, please talk to each other a little bit better. That's what I like to do is corrective action because I don't want no legal issues and I make sure that I stand on the right side when it comes to law all the time and I'm going to cover my behind by any stretch of the imagination, right? So that's what I've been noticing. So when I saw that, I looked at, I said, how do we become a culture where everything is what the kids say? Everybody is believing what, that child, you don't know if that child is vindictive, which they were. That child, that particular child in that situation, I deal with a lot of great kids again, but this child was very vindictive. She wanted to prove a point, and with Miss Abraham, you can't prove a point, baby. You gotta, hey, you can prove a point all you want to, ain't gonna do nothing for me. You know what I'm saying? As long as I don't come with no criminal record, I'm good. I don't have no criminal record, and you ain't gonna give me one either. That's the truth of it. I'm just not gonna deal with it. But I was looking at the bigotry out of that. Just correction. Just telling the child, don't use that language with me, whether the phone was on or off or whatever. What happened in our transaction, in our situation, where you feel so comfortable to do that, and you don't even know me, you don't, and it was so inappropriate, very disrespectful kid, and so I, whoever, hey, no, but the bigotry again. They used to call the police back in, I think it was years, if I don't know if it was the 50s or 40s. Well, integration in white neighborhoods. That's my understanding, right? They used to call the police on the blacks that moved to those communities because they didn't want them in there. But it was to show power, aggression, in addition to stay in your place because we're watching you. Now you can watch me to the infinity until the day you die, honey. You ain't gonna catch nothing because I stand on truth, I stand on value, I stand on everything I say, right? It ain't gonna change. So whether your kid is hacking, which is, these kids are smart again, but they smart in the wrong way. They incredibly smart, but they smart in the wrong way, where it's going to cause them some problems as time goes on, because people are not going to deal with all of that. People are not going to allow children to be bullying them and backing them in the corner, because that was the whole point of it. It was to bully me and back me in the corner. And if I don't take it from adults, I'm not going to take it from somebody that's half my size or whatever the situation is. I don't care about how much the parent has money, how much resources they have. If I stand on truth, I stand on truth. And I've been good to those communities. I could care less. I just really can't. I felt it was disrespectful. I felt it was just unbelievable what's down the line. So I'm gonna definitely make sure I do my part, and I hope that, these parents, you are responsible for a lot of things. I understand that you can't be everywhere 24 hours with your children. I understand you have you got work you got to do, you got other situations and stuff, but training them to be respectful to authority, not allowing and letting them know that if authority abuses them, to let you know that that wasn't the situation. I understand that, we get so busy and tied up, but teach your children manners. Teach your children that the world is not going to evolve around them. Teach your children that people are going to tell them no. It's okay. They'll live another day. Teach your children that you are responsible for putting food on the table. You're responsible for those lovely little $500 cell phones that they got, plus the what is it? The battery pack may be $200, and it's almost $1,000 product. One product, $1,000. You're responsible for all of that. So they are required to do as you say. They are required to cooperate when you need to take the garbage out, wash the dishes, those type of things. These kids don't really have chores anymore. You know what I'm saying? Sense of responsibility, a sense of, okay, I understand that I made a mistake and I'm going to try to do better. And I'm going to apologize. No apologies these days. Oh, and that vindictiveness, that orneriness. So, I don't believe in trying to correct your child. I don't believe in trying to discipline your child, only correct them. But I couldn't believe that. But I am never surprised when you tell children now, No, they found a way to get around that through manipulation. See, we didn't have that option like you guys have now. What was said, what was said, what was said. Meaning we had to do what the adult said, regardless. We had to do it. Not to say we were patty perfect. No child is perfect, but Lord have mercy. You all get away with murder these days, and it's terrible. And we need to stand up and let you know, I don't care if you call the police, you have the videos or whatever, as long you're going to do what I tell you to do in this house. You're going to do what the teacher tells you to do or any other caretaker tells you what to do. They are responsible. Or will be consequences where privileges will be taken away. That is my choice. So, with all of that, guys, good luck. And we're out here supporting you, parents, with your children, but be also supportive to the caretakers that are responsible for your children. Don't let them to lie and manipulate, get all the truth from what has taken place. But Lord have mercy, I couldn't. I was laughing. I'm like, what? I was thinking to myself, what could I? I'm like, they called the police because I told them no, that the language they were doing was disrespectful. Mm-mm-mm. Anyway, positive vibes to all because I'm having a good day. I am going to have a wonderful day. Yes, I am. I'm sending you good energy your way, and let's work with them as much as we can and put boundaries up. Boundaries. Have a great day. Bye bye.